Did you know that more than 80% of the Earth's surface is volcanic in origin? If it wasn't for these eruptions, we would not have the countries and the continents that we rely on today to survive. Hi folks, and thank you for joining me once again on Rico's Natural Realm. My name is Rico, and on this channel I'll be exploring natural phenomena. So let's buckle in, and I hope you enjoy the journey. Volcanoes, a spectacular wonder of nature that can be both destructive and life-giving at the same time. Volcanoes will stop at nothing. They have the power to destroy homes, yet after the destruction, the land close to the eruption becomes more fertile. What is a volcano? A volcano is an opening in the ground that can be either a mountain, hill, or even just a vent. These openings release anything from lava, rock fragments, hot vapour, and gas that erupt from the Earth's core. A volcano is created when a fissure that is opened up in the Earth's crust. This happens when hot magma moves towards the Earth's surface, creating a vent. When the magma accumulates around the fissure opening, a vent or volcano is formed and a large eruption can occur. With 1,350 volcanoes on land worldwide and countless underwater, 500 of these volcanoes have erupted in historical times. The majority of volcanoes are in an area known as a ring of fire, and this is not a ring that we can wear. This is a 40,000 kilometre horseshoe-shaped area that surrounded the Pacific Ocean with volcanoes. And, of course, it's not a horseshoe that a horse wears. Many volcanoes are formed where tectonic plates meet. The study of volcanoes is known as volcanology. The word volcano originated from the Roman god known as Vulcan. Vulcan is known as god of fire, not the planet from Star Trek. Although the planet from Star Trek is something else entirely. There are 4 different types of volcanoes. The first I'll be discussing is a stratosphere. They appear as high, steep mountains reaching at great heights, and they're the biggest type of volcano. Fujiyama in Japan is such an example. We also have a shield volcano. These are flatter, dome-shaped and broad. The structure formed by layers of lava that form out of a vent and accumulate over time. Mauna Loa in Hawaii is an example of a shield volcano. Calderas, or otherwise known as a cinder volcano. With large impressions in the ground, smaller in size, cinder volcanoes are steep. These are made with volcanic rock called scoria. They come out in small pieces of lava injected from the core and are hardened in mid-air. We also have mid-ocean ridges. These are underwater chains of volcano mountains that form lava differently to the previous 3. Located along ocean ridges system and spans approximately 70,000 kilometres underwater with a nearly continuous range of markers. Generally, they create pillow lava due to the structure and underwater location. Volcanoes are classified as either active, dormant, or extinct. Active volcanoes, of course, have regular activity. Dormant volcanoes have been active but haven't been active for a while and are currently quiet. But we are expecting more eruptions to occur sooner or later. Extinct haven't erupted in such a long time, and they're not likely to erupt again. What comes out of a volcano? There are several different items that are either inside or escape from the volcano. Magma is a hot liquid rock inside the volcano. Once it leaves the volcano, it's known as lava and can reach a temperature of 1250 degrees Celsius. Volcanoes can also explode in a chaotic mixture of rock fragments, gases, known as a pyroclastic flow. A pyroclastic flow, along with the ash that races down the mountain, moving up to 100 kilometers an hour or 60 miles per hour, with a temperature of 200 to 700 degrees Celsius or 392 to 1292 degrees Fahrenheit, burning everything it comes in contact with. There are different types of lava. The most common types start with a mafic lava. This equates to about 90% of lava flows. It has a lower silica content, thin fluid, and flows rapidly, a lot like ketchup or tomato sauce, and travels long distances. It is rich in iron, magnesium, erupting at over 900 degrees Celsius or 1650 degrees Fahrenheit. A felsic lava is usually cooler at about 650 to 750 degrees Celsius. It has a higher silica content, so it is thicker and flows slower. A pillow lava comes from the underwater or mid-ocean ridges of volcanoes, and an ultramatic is a very rare flow. It flows like motor oil and reaches a temperature of about 1500 degrees Celsius. There are different types of lava flows as well. The first one starts with Paohoho. It flows all slowly like wax, usually around 3 feet per minute, and it can go up to 20 miles an hour. It has a glassy surface and rounded wrinkles. You've also got the AA. Now, generally associated with a mafic lava, has a rough surface, pours out quickly and forms a bitter crust, torn into jagged pieces of molten rock. The blocky lava is lava that is block-like on the surface and is cooler and stiff, that does not travel as far from the eruption. How does an eruption work? It starts off with emitting a gas and a molten rock from the Earth's core. The heat can burn as hot as the surface of the sun. Ouch! This transfers its heat into the surrounding mantle rock. This occurs 18.6 miles or 30 kilometers from the surface of the Earth and extends all the way to the Earth's core. The heat melting some of the surrounding rock and magma. The magma is lighter than the surrounding rock, so it rises through the mantle, escaping through the Earth's crust, through the fissure that we mentioned earlier, causing eruptions via volcanoes. Lightning can also commonly occur in sync with eruptions. This is an intense electricity activated associated with volcanic eruptions that can trigger lightning strikes, creating intense, spectacular and potential hazardous situations. As the ash rises, the static electricity makes its way to the clouds. It interacts with the weather and allows lightning to strike. Tsunamis, flash floods, earthquakes, mud flows and rock falls can also be brought on by volcanoes. That would be from the intense vibrations of the volcano itself. Have you ever heard of a volcanic explosivity index? Within the scientific community, a volcanic eruption is measured by a volcanic explosivity index, also known as a VEI. It firstly considers volume, gas, lava and other emissions from the volcano, along with the height of the eruption cloud. The scale starts at 0 and moves logarithmically. Each magnitude moves 10 times larger than the one before. With no upper scale, the highest recorded a VEI occurring thousands and millions of years ago, with the most destructive ever witnessed in Indonesia in 1815. Mount Tambora, a stratovolcano, erupted with a VEI of 7. The volcano caused an eruption, tsunami and pyroclastic flows that we mentioned earlier. By the end of the eruption, Mount Tambora was reduced from a 13,000 foot mountain to a 3,640 foot deep calderas. Whoa, what a drop. The largest sound, though, that was ever recorded was from an eruption known as Mount Krakatoa. It erupted in 1883. The sound released it was estimated between 160 to 180 decibels and was heard up to 5,000 kilometres away. Currently, Mauna Loa is the largest volcano on Earth, located in the south-central part of the island of Hawaii. It stands at 13,677 feet or 4,169 metres above sea level. Loa is a shield volcano and has erupted about 36 times since 1843. Volcanoes are also located throughout the solar system, with the largest known volcano on Mars, known as Olympus Mons, sitting at 25 kilometres or 16 miles in height, shadowing Mauna Loa. I wonder if Superman can still leap Olympus Mounds in a single bound. There are more volcanic eruptions than we hear about. On average, there's approximately 10 to 20 volcanic eruptions on Earth every day that are occurring both on land and even more underwater. Many are very small and we don't hear about them. Italy has 14 active volcanoes, making it the most active country in the world. Volcanoes can appear overnight, literally overnight, with a Mexican farmer in 1942 having a volcano known as Paricutin appearing in his yard. Within a week, it was 5 stories tall. It took 9 years for the volcano to reach its peak of 410 metres, or 1,353 feet, above the valley floor. Thank you for joining me, folks, and I'll see you again on the next video.